What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Izzy's Retro TV Reviews. And on this episode, I'm going to take a look back at one of my all time favorite sitcoms, Family Matters. But before I do, let's take a look at a TV spot. Alright, man, let's talk about it. Family Matters, man. So, I I like if you grew up in the late '80s, early '90s, you've had to have watched Family Matters. There's no way that you haven't seen an episode of Family Matters, or as everybody else used to call it when they were kids in my generation, Steve Urkel, because we all thought that the show centered around Steve Urkel, but it turns out it didn't. Steve was only supposed to be a one-off character and as the annoying next door neighbor of the Winslows, but it turns out when he made his first appearance, the people loved him so much that the creators and writers had no choice but to bring him in as a full-time character, and that's how Steve Urkel landed on Family Matters, man. So I I remember so much of watching Family Matters because, of course, it used to come on Channel 7 as part of the TGIF lineup on Fridays, man. Of course, you have Boy Meets World, Step by Step, and a bunch of other shows, but man, Family Matters was it, man. And then later on, it moved to CBS, the CBS Block Party, for its final two seasons uh, when ABC lost the rights to air Family Matters, and then it aired in syndication, and it continues to air in syndication. So you definitely can catch Family Matters a lot. I've pretty much seen every episode at least twice, and man, some of my favorite episodes. Of course, when there's an episode where Carl and Steve get trapped excuse me, trapped in a warehouse by uh, by a bunch of gang members, and they're trying to figure a way out of it because they're all tied up, and Carl, Steve starts singing. Steve, what do you call it? Steve starts singing "Oh the Do Da Day," and then what do you call it? No, it's hilarious because what do you call it? Steve goes something about how Carl should use his gun, and then and then Carl says, "Oh, I didn't bring my gun. I don't know what to say," and then Steve goes, "What the heck is wrong with you?" And then the rest of the the gang members say, finish the song "All the Do That Day," and it's hilarious. Like me describing the clip doesn't do it justice, but I really enjoyed that. But man, let's see. There's so many other classic episodes, man. With of course the episode where they go to Disney World, and and who could forget Stefan, and and all the guest stars that starred on Family Matters, man. You had Jason. Oh my God, Jason David Frank, who played Tommy. He played a gang member in another episode of Family Matters, and let's see who else was a guest star. You know, as singers from the time you had R&B singers from the time you had Immature on there, Shy guest starred. You know, Freddie Jackson, just a whole bunch of cool guest stars, man, and who can forget the cool relationship between Laura and Steve? Laura would always blow Steve off every chance she got in the for the majority of the series. Later on, they end up dating each other, but and then of course who can forget Myra Michelle Thomas, the beautiful Michelle Thomas, rest in peace. And then you got Rachel, Tamala Hopkins, uh, Waldo, Eddie, Darius McQuarrie, man, Carl, and is it just me, or does anybody else think that the writers were trying to make a joke of Reginald Val Johnson by naming him Carl Otis Winslow and have his initials spell out cow? I don't know. I just found that hilarious. But man, it just so many memories of Family Matters, of course, Maxine, man. Who could forget Cherry Johnson, man? Also, also Harriet, Jane, Joe Marie Payne, Noble, Noble, and later replaced by Judith Other. Um, and man, like it and 3J Orlando Brown before he became the absolute crazy son of a bitch that he is today. Um, but like, is it just me? Like, did they ever say what happened to Judy? Because if you watch the show, she went upstairs one day and she never came back down. Like I know we know what happened to her in reality because she quit the show because of money issues and then had a very bad downward spiral. But did they ever say what happened to her on the show? I don't think they did. Um, like in storyline purposes, did they ever say that? I don't think they did. But I'm gonna have to research that. But yeah, man, Family Matters. I can go on and on and on talking about Family Matters and like another one of my favorite episodes, the basketball episode where Steve and Eddie are playing in that basketball tournament, and Eddie didn't want to partner with Steve, and then he has to end up partnering with Steve. Steve ends up partnering with Larry Johnson as Grandmama, which was a big thing that Larry Johnson used to do back in the day. He did commercials as Grandmama, so they kind of brought him in as a character on Family Matters with that. Man, so many cool memories of Family Matters. My Friday nights were definitely made better with Family Matters and Boy Meets World. Maybe I'll do Boy Meets World retrospective in a future episode of this series. Let me know if you guys want to see that down in the comments. But man, Family Matters. There wasn't a show like it at the time because it also dealt with real life issues, man. I mean, the episode where with gun violence and Laura's friend getting shot and bullying and stuff like that. It's relatable, and that was the theme of a lot of '90s sitcoms. Relatable things that people go through. It, but man, like I said, Family Matters. There wasn't a show like it at the time, and there'll never be another show like it. Much like Martin, which I did last week. Anyway, let me know what you guys' memories of Family Matters were down in the comments, and let's talk about it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of Izzy's Retro TV Reviews. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And of course, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.